Not bad. Monitor up top, computer down below. Bam, we're live. It's good. Uh-oh. Back to sleep. Good morning. I saw this. Parlis. That means good morning in Armenian. Jeff Birchfield really flexing this morning. What's up, Ball? What's up, Ball? What's up, Ball? Mike Sandown, Florida Democrat official, tried to meet 9-year-old for sex. Guess what? He was a very active member of the regional LGBTQIA+. I mean, I don't know a single person that's involved in an organization that's like sex based. You know what I mean? Like polygamists are us, or I don't know any swingers or LGBTQ like members. I mean, you I guess I guess if you're a participant in Tinder or Grindr or Bumble, I don't know, are those sex organizations? I mean, it's just like so obvious. It's so obvious. It has nothing to do with who they want to have sex with, but you belong to it. You belong to, if you belong to a sex organization, then you're going to do some weird sex shit. I mean, like, good morning, Bob. The sex machine himself, Bob. Yeah, I just can't imagine. It's so dishonest and insincere to suggest that those organizations have anything to do with anything besides having sex. The whole premise of that sex is grouping to get people together with who they fuck. I mean, I'm trying to think if I belong to any organizations. I guess I belong to the institution of marriage, and there's a component of sex to that. But it's not something I'm card carrying member. I don't even wear a ring. It's yeah. Oh, tell me about the after party at Wadapalooza, Julia. It's just so obvious to me, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with people like I think, you know, if you I don't have a problem like you want to go to strip clubs or orgies or swinging things. All that shit's fun. Like enjoy. But when you are part of those, like you also have to be, I don't know if the word is sequestered or segregated, but you have to be kept away from certain other things. You know what I mean? Like you can't be in positions of public power, because then you could be manipulated, and you can't be around kids. You know what I mean by Bill Clinton can't be part of a sex cult, because then that's a place where people can be leveraged and manipulated to do things that are against the better interest of the job that we elected them for. But outside of that, like, I don't have a problem with it. Like, God, what a cool thing to be a gay dude and just go into San Francisco and just fuck like crazy with other disconnected males who don't give a shit and just want to bust a nut. Well, the rest of us guys have to fucking dance like monkeys and juggle 5 balls at a time in order to impress a girl. I mean, yeah, do your thing. You do you. I mean, but fuck, dude, I don't want you as my kid's school teacher. I don't want you to have the nuclear codes. It just is that way. I don't care if you call me a bigot or closed-minded or okay. But I am happy for you that you found a place to just bust your nut like crazy. Do your thing. 3 things I want to talk about. Barbell Spin made first of all, let me do this really quick. This is I don't see men doing this, but I assume men do this too. But this is to all the people out there in the world who do this. I want to tell you that, like, you need to go fuck yourself. You need to really take a hard look at yourself. If I'm telling you a story, if your husband, I apologize to all the women out there if you have a husband who does this. If you're a husband and you're telling a story to your buddies, and you're like, man, I can't stand it, man. The trash guy comes every single Wednesday at 4:30 in the morning, and the guy stops and eats his fucking breakfast right in front of our house and leaves his car running, and the exhaust comes in and it wakes me up because I can hear the rumbling from the garbage truck in my bedroom window. and your wife interjects, "Well, it's not really 4:30, it's at 4:45." Or your girlfriend. Listen, listen, hoes. Shut the fuck up. No one needs you inserting. Now, this story did not happen, but I'm going to tell you just like another example. If I'm telling someone, yeah, I've been working out every single day for 5 years in a row, and my wife interjects and goes, actually, it's only 4.5 years. Like, I hate you. You need to shut your fucking mouth. You are not contributing anything. Yeah. What are they inserting? Thank you. Like I don't need my wife calling into the show and letting you guys know my dick's only 9.5 inches long. And it's not as thick as a Coke can. It's more as thick as a tuna can. Listen, be quiet. When someone's telling a story, you be quiet. No one wants to be around a fact checker. You're not helping anything. Dude, I got this new Lambo. I was doing 150, and someone chimes in. Well, I looked at the speedometer. It was 148. Shut your mouth. Yeah, I want to know that too, Judy. Why do people do that? Here's the thing. It's always someone dear and close to someone who's doing it too. It's always what? No. Oh, Haley says they're going to think I'm talking about her. I'm not talking about my wife. My wife embellishes everything. Great. I love it. Her stories are probably the best stories. I don't give a shit. I want to hear her story. I was covered with 3,000 mosquito bites. Actually, it was only 920. Like, dude, shut up. I can't believe how cheap gas is in Arizona. I saw it at 250 a gallon. Actually, it was 256. Shut up. Yeah, Judy, that's a great question. I want to know why. I want to know why. I want to know why people do that too. Heidi's a type A comedian. I don't know what she is, but she's definitely a comedian. Holy shit, she's funny. What is the source of this realization? I just see it. I just see it happening. I hate it when people do it to me, but when I see other people, like, it just makes me like dislike people when they do that. Oh, this is a great idea. Joel Salatin has a new series about his poly farm on Angel Studios. Binge Bros, do it. Is it a series or a documentary? Does Sevon have lice again? No. No, I would cut shorter than this. This is a 4. Some kid called me ugly. No, that's not it either. Why do people insist on doing that? Why do they need to? Why are they correcting you? What are they getting out of it? You're interrupting the story. You're slowing it down. So now you know. It's a sense of narcissism. They think they are helping. Do they? What do you mean it's a sense of narcissism? Do they really think they're helping? Yeah, yeah, like, I don't need to be fact checked. I went to this airport. It was the biggest airport I've ever been to. Oh, well, what about blah, blah, blah? Shut up. Congratulations, keeping it real. I always thought maybe you were actually a woman. I love knowing that there's trannies who listen to the show. Keeping it real says I'm pregnant. Thomas Stroud, they do it for admiration, having excessive need for attention and praise. Well, it's the exact opposite. No one, listen, when you do that, no one's like, man, that storyteller's a liar. Everyone's looking at you like, shut up. That no one ever acknowledges that person. You notice when the person who does that, no one ever acknowledges them. They just ignore the person who's doing it. It's just like, stop. Sevi, I have an incredible Mike Tyson video you need to play. Well, yeah, I missed you yesterday. I wish you had been on the show. Oh, what was the joke you came out with, Haley? Yeah. Oh, you're so liberal. You think the sun rising is a sign of global warming. That's a good one. I like that. Yesterday lost 7 subscribers on the channel. That's always a great show to do to cull the herd. Anytime I'm going to do more of those. I'm going to do one of those a month. You're so liberal. I mean, if you constantly lie, it's fun as hell to call them out, but it's nitpicking, like you said. Agree. Yeah, like I don't have a problem with you being like, "Hey, dude, January 6th was incredibly violent." That's just disagreeing with me. We can fight it out. I lost 60 followers on IG because of my photo of Haley. Oh, so I want to talk about that photo of Haley. I'm so confused. I am so confused. This is incredible. If you have not been to the barbell spin this morning, this is truly incredible. This is something else. We're going to go through these comments here. This is wild. So Spin posted this beautiful picture of Haley Adams. She's looking up like at the heavens. Um, you can see the whites in her eyes. You got a crazy sharp tack focus. And for those of you who don't do photography, so basically what happens is whoever shot that probably shot that with a long lens at a really shallow depth of field, and you can see only she's in focus. So what's in front of her and behind her is is blurred out. What they call that bokeh, I think is the pronunciation of it. Bokeh. It's you see it everywhere. You can see it in this photo over here of Sydney Wells. She's in sharp tack focus, and the background is not in focus. But to nail Haley's head just right in the middle of these others is it's just a great shot. And then I also noticed I didn't really like her red lipstick when she was singing the national anthem. You guys know I'm not a fan of red lipstick, so I always noticed her lips looked awesome there, right? I like lip gloss. And then I had to zoom in. I read the comments and people were talking about chalk on her face, which I did not notice. And then I zoomed in and it looks like she did a little cocaine or something. But it's a beautiful picture. I mean, she's so hot. She's such an attractive girl. She's like a superstar model type, you know? You got her with the right photographer. I mean, she's straight model material. She has a perfect face, perfect nose, perfect lip, perfect eyes, great hair. Yeah, as Diesel Glow says, it's a solid photo. And Spin writes, "Oh, what did you notice in this photo?" Oh, here's the guy who shot it. John shoots it. Maybe he's a photographer who's in a wheelchair. He always shoots from a wheelchair. Shoots it. I think it's a badass picture. It's a totally badass picture. That's what I thought. I thought she's looking up to the heavens, beautiful white in the eyes. I like the lip gloss instead of the lipstick, and whoever shot it nailed it. And then I kind of fell into Pool Boy's world. Someone help me. This is a dope shot. What's wrong with it? Yeah, I was like, is there something? And then I started looking around, like, what are we looking at? I like her earrings in it. I'm not even usually a fan of earrings. I like her little earrings in it. I like her hair. Shows like the weather. It's windy and shit. She's hot. She's a young girl full of youth and beauty. But with the comments are a trip, and this is where people just betray the shit out of themselves. By the way, Haley's comment in here is absolutely amazing. I love her more and more. She's so funny. I'm starting to think her podcast might be good. She's so funny. You know what she has? She has a little bit of Theo Vaughn in her. She's like the female Theo Vaughn. You know what I mean? You can't sometimes when she's talking, you can't tell if it's a shtick or not. Oh, that's awesome, Jake. Is that true? My mother-in-law won the 60 plus division at WADA. That's dope, dude. Okay. The first comment is determination, Susie Tell. Pool boy, someone help me here. This is a dope shot. What's wrong with it? I like that. Uh, I like that too. Not the photo, love my girl. Not the photo, love my girl. I don't know what that means. Oh, let's open all these. Think the page was trying to make a funny joke that she has chalk on her face as if she used coke. That's what I got from it. Caption and comments. Yeah, that's funny too. Yes, and that makes the joke not good and offensive. Maybe a meme instead of a vague caption would be better. What the fuck? So does this chick is when people say that, does that mean that they don't like Haley Adams, but they can't say it? Is that what this person's saying? I want to click on this. Oh, it's a person in their profile picture holding up a middle finger. They think what Spin wrote is offensive. It's truly unbelievable. I almost don't like posts like this because it makes me realize we're living with morons. Offensive, please. Yeah. I mean, that's projection, right? Yeah, she looks like the Link lady from Greece. Stunning. I'm young and hot. It's like, look at the young hot chick who we all know is funny too at Wadapalooza. It's how you interpret things and you choose to find the negative and cry outrage. Yeah. I'm not crying outrage, but you cry every comment. You found a photo offensive. No, it says not the photo, love my girl. No, you did actually find the photo offensive. You think something's wrong with Haley Adams. You think something's wrong with Haley Adams, and now you're trying to I don't know what you're trying to do. Haley's cool as fuck, that's all. Spin, take her up on those pictures. I don't make it. I could send you 100 better pics if you need one. God, Haley's good. Nothing wrong with this pic. You look focused and determined. This pic screams CrossFit vibes. Chalk emphasizes your intensity and drive. You look like a badass babe in this photo. I see someone fishing for engagement. I usually like your content, but this is lame to post. What is going on? This is actually an insane thing to say. Yeah. The spin has been garbage lately. I see you're trying to be a professional victim. Stop trying to cause outrage over a photo. Yeah, what is wrong with these people? The spin has been garbage lately. Yeah, that's hey guys, what the F is wrong with the post? Haley looks so good. That's the thing. This is a microcosm of what we don't understand about those people because they have something going on in their head that they bring to everything, but we don't know what it is. So we articulate what we have a problem with, right? We don't like the woodshop teacher in Canada who's a man who dresses as a woman who comes with the giant quadruple Z titties. Do you remember that story? We don't want that in the woodshop around our kids because we see it as a mental illness, right? And we own that. We're telling you, hey, that's really weird to have a tranny teaching a woodshop class with the boobs so big, and we see it as a mental illness and something wrong, and we're like, hey, that needs to be checked out. Like, that person's bringing their pathology to the woodshop class. It's a huge distraction. The giant Z titties are weird. Like, what's going on, right? We don't like the guy who's in charge of the nuclear codes, who dresses as a woman, and steals luggage from the airport. That's on us. Like, we're just honest about it. You know what we're thinking, and we own it. It's us. We're prejudiced, and we discriminate, and we have discernment, and we're bringing it to the front. I don't want the bald, tranny, cross-dresser, luggage thief in charge of nuclear codes. We think that that's not a good sign. But we have no idea what these people are thinking. I like your content, but this is a lame post. Why? Just say, I think Haley Adams is ugly. Or don't post at all. And Ariel Lowen, I don't know, is she on her period? Of all the awesome things that happened this weekend, this is what you choose to post, and it has 235 likes. Does she hate Haley Adams? What am I supposed to how am I supposed to interpret that? It should be a headline in Spin. This post right here from Ariel Lowen should be the next headline in Spin's article tomorrow. Ariel Lowen hates Haley Adams. I don't know. Can someone else interpret that for me? What? Just take a shot. Let me know. Ariel's morphing into a Karen right before our eyes. What do they see that we don't see? What noise do they have in their head? What story are they telling themselves that we don't have? They're all lost, Sevy. Trump broke them. Danny has transitioned Ariel into a victim. What happened to Ariel? Who knows? Maybe we're just getting to know them better. Spiegel's rubbing off on Ariel. I just need someone to explain it to me. And then let's say you do think that. Let's say you do think, hey, it's a shitty photo and he's making fun of her and she looks ugly. Let's say you think that. Then just say that. Hey, that's a really shitty shot of Haley. Why are you making fun of her? There's better shots of her. I don't get what you guys are doing. Caller, hi.
Hey, yeah, it's jealousy. It's 100% jealousy. I don't know why people forget about this. Like, nobody wants to ever point out that people get jealous, and it's in every community I ever go to. If there's a beautiful woman, man, even if they have better hair than the next, like, it's like the claws come out, and I don't know what men really do, but there's jealousy with men too. I mean, this is 100% jealousy. That woman's beautiful.
Yeah, jealous. You mean jealousy that Haley got the? Yeah, who wouldn't? You mean jealousy in the sense that she got a picture on the Spin, the biggest news outlet in the CrossFit space?
Absolutely, and not only that, she looks great. You know what I mean? Dude, come on, that's what it is. Her hair looks perfect. She's got makeup on. Whatever it is, these girls see that, and they see that as a threat, and they see us men and other women, fawning over her, and they don't like it. That's the bottom line.
So walk me through this real quick. So you think they see it, and do you think that they're even conscious of their jealousy?
I think.
Like, do you think like should I wrote, hey, you should have posted, I wish you would have posted a picture of me? Like, is that what Ariel should have written? Hey, I'm beautiful too. Post pictures of me.
Absolutely. I think and
that would have been more sincere.
Yeah, absolutely. You got, like, if you don't give attention to every single one of these women equally, they start fighting. I'm sorry, ladies, but that's what you do. I've been on planet Earth for 45 years, and that's what I've witnessed. And it doesn't matter what you do on planet Earth. It's like, it's always that with women. I'm sorry. I love you. I love all women. Trust me. I want I want to love even more women until the day I die. But it's like, dude, it's jealousy, 100%. So
Jamie Latimer says it's 100% not jealousy. Here's the thing. I don't think that your proposition of explanation, your hypothesis is illogical. I'm just having I'm just having trouble empathizing with it. You know what I mean? I'm having trouble like being like, as you say it, I'm trying to put myself in someone else's shoes and being like, I'm jealous and I'm going to say something and out myself.
Because you're a guy.
Jamie
You're
says
a guy.
they.
I mean,
Jamie says they think. Let me just add this. Jamie says they think they're standing up for her. So I think I'm on this part. I can understand. I think some girls see this, or some people see this, and what they're saying is Haley looks like shit in this picture, and therefore they feel obligated to stand up for her, which is crazy because I don't think she looks like shit at all. I think she looks absolutely stunning.
no,
but I think that's what they're. Or do you think that they're lying to themselves? Because I think that if you ask those girls, that's what they would say too, which kind of betrays them because they're not being honest, right? They're having a thought, she looks like shit, and then they're reacting to that thought, and then they're posting. They expect us to read their mind. Are you following me on this process? So let's say Jamie's right. They see the picture, they think, boy, this is a shitty picture of Haley. They're being mean to her. And then instead of saying that, they react to it and then just write their reaction, which is there's 1,000 other better pictures, or you're a dick, or whatever.
Right. They're trying to cause,
and then we have to read their mind.
There is no issue.
Right.
Yes, they're trying to cause an issue where there is no issue. I see it all the time on social media, and this is, no different. And I'm going to tell you something right now, Haley, if you're watching, you might not like me, but I like you. Stay far away from me, Haley. Stay far away. I don't care how strong you are. I would try to grab those things. Those are great. Not in a bad way, but like I would definitely try with Haley. Beautiful lady. Beautiful lady.
Maybe you should start with sending some flowers. All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Grab those things. Jesus Christ. What are you, Trump? Just grab a handful of pussy. Beautiful photo of Haley. The cryptic and misleading comment from Spin is what I see. Misleading? Is this comment misleading? I don't know if I see that. I don't see that. Relax, babe. I think he's just making it funny. Ariel Lowen, are you serious? I think it's a beautiful photo, though. The simple portrait anyone who does CrossFit with will infer from the tilt of her head and eyes that a heavy ball is currently suspended above her head. We know that the ball is about to crash down towards her without mercy, and therefore we know exactly how the chalk got on her face. A beautiful young woman engaged in a gritty fight with gravity. Frame it. Okay. Yeah. That's got to be a dude. Yeah. That's a great response. Pin it. What? Because they are looking to make a stir as always? Yeah, I didn't see the chalk at first. I had to read the comments and then zoom in. I think she looks beautiful. This photo ultimately captures Haley. I don't give a fuck. I know I'm a badass having a fun time. She's an inspiration to a lot of women. That's what I see. Dedicated to the game. Stop being a professional victim. I was trying to figure out what we're supposed to see. All I see is the face of Focus, probably waiting for a wall ball to return. Our partner on the rig, please make plus the makeup is on point. Yeah, that's what I saw. The makeup's on point. Strong female, mentally and physically, and she thinks, yeah. I noticed how inspiring Haley is. She's confident, locked and loaded. I noticed the cool and determined CrossFit. I just want to know what Ariel, what the fuck is Ariel thinking? Just tell us why did you say that? Oh God, I hate Instagram. Look, it's cycling over even though I'm only scrolling down, it's taking me back to the top. All I see is good. Some of these comments are insane. Y'all could just say great photo or giving uplifting words. But instead, you want to spin this like there's something wrong with the picture or there could be better ones. This moment is awesome as any. Stop making comments implying this picture is somehow bad. Or, yeah, don't just tell us if you think, man, that's a shitty photo. Just say it. What did you notice in this picture, Spin? Oh, good question. That she has chalk on her chin, lip, and nose. Cocaine, coca. I'm not sure why you needed to make your posting of the photo so controversial. Actually, guys, he's implying that she's on steroids. I called him before the show. Oh, even better. This is she actually sees a UFO. Yeah, this is the good news is most people just see what all of us see the same thing. Beautiful, determined, confident. And of course, yeah, she had a powdered donut before the event. Yeah, that's what I see too, now that you mention it. Yeah, she's the prettiest. She works hard. I want to hear her sing the national anthem. That took balls, man. I was so happy for her that she did that. That was cool. She needs an exorcism. It's insane that someone can look this good doing CrossFit. You go, girl. Chalky lips and all. Unfollowed. And look, the guy looks like a beta. He got girl brain. Sorry, ladies. Unfollowed. It must be crazy for these people being trapped in their brains like that. I would hate to be like that. You've become a bully just like your boy Sevon. Holy shit. Holy shit. Please tell me you're a cuck. Jesus, husband, father, coffee, lift, meat, Michigan Wolverines. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. If you can't see the screen right now, you're missing out. So this guy who's saying to Spin, you've become a bully, just like Sevon. He has a picture posted of Bishop Marion Edgar Budd, who he claims preached the gospel of unity, peace, and mercy yesterday. He says she held Jesus up to our nation's leaders, mostly including our president, didn't like what they saw, which he has no idea. She didn't play partisan politics, and if you think she did, then you clearly lost the way of Christ. She showed the world where Jesus was. If you found yourself getting defensive at her words, you might want to check your Lord and King truly is. Thank you, Bishop Marin. She gave a sex sermon to the fucking president. She endorsed pedophilia and genital mutilation in her sermon to the president of the United States. And this guy who thinks that I mean, man, this is, oh, maybe he has it here. Oh, let's see if why don't I have audio on this?
I ask you.
Can you guys hear anything? I don't have it. Why don't I have audio on that? Oh, that's awesome. This guy's hooking up the show. Let me see what's going on with my audio.
To have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families.
So she's doing the same thing that Ariel did in this post. She's telling us that there's gay and lesbian people and children. So she's endorsing the sexualization of children, right? I have a 10-year-old and 2 8-year-olds, and they haven't been sexualized at all. And I wouldn't put them. It's crazy. She won't even explain why they're scared. Why would they be scared? Because they can't get hired based on their sexuality anymore? Trump just appointed a guy to the secretary, not the Secretary of the Interior. I'm trying to think what position it was, but he just nominated a guy who's gay to a very high cabinet position. The guy was testifying. He was doing his what's that called when they go up in front of the Senate and they get questioned? He's doing his, what's that called, Haley? This is some crazy. We live with fucking what? Not the hearing. It's
Seven.
Hi. Good morning.
Hey, it's Rosie.
Hi, Rosie. Good morning.
Hey, I'm just calling in about that video you're showing right now. Honestly, it's just the enemy just trying to give his one last hurrah because he thinks he can win, but the enemy never wins. So, you know, that's kind of my take on it. And I know a lot of people that are, you know, Bible believers will.
Oh, sorry.
Say,
confirmation hearing. Okay, go on.
Oh.
I just wanted to get that.
You can hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. But I know a lot of people that I go to church with and whatnot. We were kind of talking about that, and it's just the enemy just trying to sneak wherever he can, and the enemy's always going to be upset because God always wins. So that's kind of my take on it.
Explain that to me. What do you mean the enemy? Like, what do you mean? what do you see in there that's the enemy?
Well, so when they were in church and she was preaching on all of that, it's just Satan just trying to give his perspective on everything and trying to skin to what is becoming of, I guess you could say, not the illustration, but just the whole godly like culture, not a culture, but whatever's happening in the world right now. Satan is still trying to say, like, this is okay, and, like all the DEI and all that stuff, just all of that negative stuff that's been happening with the last administration. Like, that was just the enemy, aka Satan, just trying to take over and, push God out of people's lives and whatnot. But in the end, God always wins. So God, just being able to.
She thinks she thinks she's standing up for those people. I do really think she believes that.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like I believe more what Jamie Latimer said. I think Ariel does think that she's standing up for Haley, but the sad part is like we know that there's a thought that comes before that thought that she's sharing, and it's that she thinks it's a shitty picture of Haley. And it's like, do you know what I mean? She betrays herself. She doesn't say, hey, that's a really shitty picture of Haley, or Haley's makeup's fucked up. Why would you say that? There's some thought she had. So this chick right here thinks something about Trump. Like Trump's like, hey, let's make everyone equal and treat everyone equal, and that will get us all on the same team and we'll all be one. Right? That's what we all see. Like, what I mean? Let gay bars flourish, let straight bars flourish, let trannies flourish, let everyone flourish, and we'll all be one, and no one gets special treatment. We're all equal as individuals. But this lady thinks something else is happening, but she's not telling us what it is, and she's reacting to it.
Oh yeah. I guess I just hopped on to the live, so I didn't see what you were previously talking about. I was just talking about that video. But I mean, that's just basically like the 10 Commandments, treat everybody like you want to be treated, love your neighbor as yourself. So it's just the same thing. Like if we can just love on each other and be good people to everybody and treat everybody with respect and love and kindness, like they'll treat you with same,
Yeah.
So, but
yeah,
sorry, I just hopped on.
Why doesn't she say that? She could say that, Trump, I I see in you a good man who wants everyone to be equal. I hope in this process also that you have compassion for people who aren't there yet, and we can lead them to
Right.
treating all of us as equals. Because some of us
Right.
aren't. Because some of us aren't there yet. But
Right.
instead, she's basically saying that immigrants and gay people and black people are less, but without saying that.
Yeah. I mean, all in all, I mean, we are all God's children. So God will meet us wherever we're at. So no matter where you are in your life, God will meet you where you're at. Because he gave us that option to choose him or choose whatever else. You know? So
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate your insight.
yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Have a great day.
Absolutely. Have a great day, Sevan.
Milk a cow. Love you.
Absolutely, will do.
Okay, bye. Yeah, this was a crazy up this lady gave.
In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in
There are not
Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. The people who pick our crops.
There's people who fear for their lives everywhere. Is the insinuation there that he's going to do that somehow this new government is going to do something to take away people's lives?
And clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals.
So what is she saying? She's saying that, hey, there's all sorts of illegal aliens here, and the only job they can get is wiping other people's asses.
They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation.
What do you mean they may not be citizens? Either they are or they aren't. It's not whether they're citizens, it's whether they're here legally or not. There's ample room. 1.5 million people come in legally every single fucking year.
The vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, wadara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now.
$24 billion in California gone to drug addicts and criminals. Women getting raped in our prisons because men are being put in there with them. 500 people waiting in line for sex change operations paid for by the state. These are people who are incarcerated in California. The list is 500. The California Department of Corrections is trying to hire more doctors and figure out a place in the budget so that they can do the sex change operations faster. That means chop off the penises of males. There's no women who are doing it, by the way. It's all men. Anyway, so this guy unfollowed you, Spin. And he thinks, what the fuck did he say? He said something. Anyway. I want to find it again, but Instagram, the way you have to scroll is just insane. How it loops. Wild. Absolutely wild. What's so great about this country, whoever that guy was who wrote that, is the fact that she can say all that. And here's the thing. There's no one on the right who is trying to get her to leave the country. She can stay. Her idea of maximum tolerance and love, with the exception of pedophiles, the sexualization of kids, and the support. She probably believes that that 24 billion went to homeless when really it was just laundered by grifters and criminals and drug addicts. She can have that opinion here. Yes, you can impregnate a tranny. Trump's PR team better not let this happen again. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Why not? It opens up a good dialogue. I'm sure Spin was up all night worried about it. Dude, it's crazy. Think about it. For those of you who don't know, he has a full-time job where he's very successful and makes a lot of money. He has a beautiful wife and beautiful kids who are homeschooled. I think the wife graduated. And in his spare time, he's created the #1 news source in the CrossFit space by more than 10x. His traffic numbers are insane. The what was the other one called that LaFranco had before he got kicked out of his own company, where Emily Beers writes shit? Morning Chalk Up. Done. He put them to sleep. He ran them over like a bulldozer. And he's a one-man shop. Well, and he also keeps Tyler Watkins and John Young in the basement for slave labor. But details, schmetails. It's crazy. 10x that shit, double it, and buy 4 complexes. I don't know what you're talking about, but the scars on women converting to men are brutal. They remove the skin on their forearm to make a fake penis. Thank you for the details. Cole, good morning, by the way. Speaking of Watkins, he needs to update the app. It really sucks to follow. Right? A little ass pounding for Tyler Watkins. Yeah, the boys cut my hair yesterday. I mean, they pretend to cut it. I actually do it. But you want to see something fucked up? Somewhere they shaved the bald spot in my head. Like up here somewhere. Which side is the bald spot on? They one of my boys, I think it was Joseph, said, which side, Joey? Left side? Right over here. They shaved it. They took the four guard off and they shaved it just with the razor and gave me a bald, like a. They tried. It's funny. Yeah, they're trying to tell me it's cool. By the way, Dylan Vowell, our very own Dylan Vowell, who's in the chat quite often, has been a great contributor to the show. Is fighting. Stefan, are you watching the UFC fights this weekend? Hell yeah. But Dylan's also fighting. Geez, Stefan. Sabbath just sent your beard oil too. Oh. I'll grow my beard back. I didn't know I was going to shave the beard. They just like, we were in the middle of doing it and they're just like, hey, shave the beard too. They just get excited. They have the razor. They just want to cut shit. I love Dylan. He was a guest on your show. Great. He was great. Yeah, smart guy. I'm going to try to do Binge Bros tonight. I'm going to try to I'm trying to get Hiller on. Hiller went dark all weekend, which sucks. But he was working his ass off covering Folo and Raptus. And I'm sure he has a ton of interesting feedback and observations he made at Wadapalooza. A ton. And so usually I spend a lot of time every day conversing with Andrew. And I haven't talked to him in 3 days. So that means he's probably full to the brim of like thoughts. No, he was not. He was not just enjoying the beach with Alexis. He was like wrapped in blankets and shit. So at one point in the chat, Dylan said that Hiller had taken over the stream. I'm curious if that's true. Oh, he told you that on FaceTime? Oh, okay. Well, he didn't FaceTime me. It was hard to get a hold of him this weekend. Yes. 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 Do you think Chase changed how he called the event, knowing it became more of a radio cast than telecast? Here's what happened. I haven't talked to Chase and Bill about this, but here's what happened. There was an event this weekend in Florida, Wadapalooza, individual and team. And basically what we saw was Brian Friend tried to cover the event, and he tried to do it in a really high level manner with lane names and a scoreboard and moving cameras. And he really put a lot of effort in it to kind of mimic ESPN look, I think, like the way an event should be covered. And kudos to him for making that attempt. And I think when it became very clear that it was failing, Bill and Chase went full, like it set them free. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, when you go somewhere and, like when you go to the dump to unload stuff, but you're eating an orange, it's okay just to throw the peels everywhere. Like you sense your environment and you start to loosen up everywhere. All the rules go away. And I think what happened is they realized, holy fuck, this is a massive train wreck. And they just let go. They're like, fuck it. And they were so loose. And actually, it made the show better. Like at one point, Chase is like, okay, don't cut the camera away there. Okay, look, Jason. And they were inserting all sorts of funny jokes. Chase called Jason Hopper and Adler, and I forget who the other person was on the team, a thruple. There was a couple penis jokes. There was the boob pocket. Bill Grunler used the boob pocket. Like all of this stuff, they were just like, fuck it. Like, and it actually made it that's actually for any professional broadcast, they took ownership. They got free. They sensed their environment was chaos and they stepped up their game. They became even more present. I don't know how they brought that energy the whole I didn't watch any of the team, maybe like 5 minutes, but they brought so much energy, derailing. Yeah. They were so funny and so good. And then another thing, here's the thing, I noticed the takeaway. If they would have had a camera on, so all these people were poo-pooing the stream, but if you would have kept a camera on Bill and Chase and brought them in every 1 minute with a 3-second shot, or every 2 minutes with a 10-second shot, what you would have done is you would have allowed the viewer to give greater leeway to how shitty the rest of the production was. And me and the team were talking about that, because then it would have made it feel like it was one, instead of Bill and Chase holding it together, it would have been, it's Bill and Chase's show and it's their ownership. And we would have given them way more leeway with how fucked the production was. And of course, Chase was off the hook on the play-by-play. The final day, the last two events, you didn't even need to watch it. It was like AM radio. And kudos to Bill for just letting, Bill didn't feel insecure at all. He didn't feel the need to insert, or like, you could tell that they don't have a fight over who needs to talk more. Bill would just slip in some one-liners here and there. And the play-by-play was absolutely amazing. Yeah, it was great. It was great. We're covering at least one semifinal, probably two. And I usually don't ask Chase to do that stuff because I don't want to pull him away, because he's got so much other shit going on. He's got a full-time job. He's got the podcast. He's got kids, wife. But maybe we need to bring Chase in there with Bill and John. Yeah, it was good. But if you let those guys, when you know it's going to be a shit show and you let those guys criticize the camera work or don't do that cutaway, that makes me feel like it's all one team. And I would be less likely to attack the fucked up camera work and shaky cameras and all that if I knew that Bill and Chase were more a part of it. So yeah, there was a lot to learn there. Those guys were absolutely off the hook, though. Basically, it's like when your dog's pulling on a leash and you're somewhere and finally you get sick of it and you just unhook the dog. Bill and Chase just unhooked themselves from their leash and just went fucking bonkers. So yeah, Branstedter's on another level. You got to get Brandstetter in on every If you can get access to Brandstetter and Souza, they will keep everything together. They really complement each other. The thing with Souza is he I think Souza's really a planner, and like like, you know, like he's already called me and like setting dates for coming up over to my house and setting up all the cameras and doing test runs and all this shit. And then Brandstetter is just a great resource because he's like a tech geek. I'm a bit of a tech geek too, but Brandstetter really digs in. Cole, they could gather up Noah Olson sweat and take it to a compound pharmacy and mass supply PEDs. Wow. I don't know. I don't know if people still would have been assholes. If from the beginning you gave more ownership to Bill and Chase in terms of letting them talk to the camera people, letting them make wisecracks. I mean, by the end, by the last two events of Individual, I forgot that it was an ass production. I'd completely forgotten. I was trying so hard to like it. And then it went to shit, and then it came back around. So, and the drone shot in the beginning, that was bold. Yeah, I thought that was cool too. Did you talk about Haley Adams singing that national anthem? I just thought it was ballsy as shit. I wonder how that went down, if it was her idea or their idea. I like that drone shot. I really enjoy an establishing shot. I'm a big establishing shot guy. Yeah, Sean, here's the problem with the stream. It was so close to being elite, they just failed on the smallest things that turned huge. That's a great example. That's great. Yeah, everything was just like, hey, maybe give up the lane assignments and the scoreboard and just work on like stabilized cameras. Cameras that didn't shake. You know. Good morning, Tommy. I thought the drone was great. A clock. Give us a working clock. I mostly I was either walking or watching TV, and I felt like Chase and Bill held it together for me. But I kept wanting to see them. All right. You remember that they closed all the school downs in New York City for over a year. Kids weren't allowed to come back unless they got the vaccinations. Teachers union protected the teachers and not the kids. Well, here's a good one for you. More than 1,000 New York City educators accused of sexual relations and communications with students as Department of Education finally mulls a crackdown. Hello, teacher. Are those really the teachers that are sexting with kids? That's crazy. Dozens of New York City educators have been accused of having inappropriate, often sexual relationships and communications with students, with some requesting nude snaps or plying them with money, gifts, or drugs. Newly released records show 32 more cases of educators and other school staffers engaged in improper communications with kids were substantiated by the city's special commissioner of investigation, boosting the total to at least 121 cases between 2018 and 2024, up from 89 tallied in May, according to a report released to the Post. Special Commissioner Anastasia Coleman, libtard, has recommended 54 times from 2019 to 2023 that the city Department of Education prohibits all employees from contacting students using personal cell phone numbers, social media accounts, or other apps. But we must have compassion and mercy for these people because they're scared. Dozens more New York City public school employees were accused of having inappropriate relationships and communications with students, according to the independent watchdog group. A student journalist at Townsend High Harris helped expose English teacher and baseball coach Joseph Conzanieri, who had sex with a female student. Why you send your kids to school? Not your school, though, Pat Lang. Your kid's public school is great. The Department of Education repeatedly rejected the recommendation, but told the Post it may finally tighten the rules. Daniel Matuk allegedly began communicating with one of his 15-year-old graphic design students at William Cole High School in Queens in 2020, engaging in over 700 messages. He texted her about her brown ass and little butt and called her a bitch and whore. He would force the junior to hung him in his empty classroom. I blocked Daniel Matuk's number after graduation, but have been living with trauma because of what had happened. He was grooming her. By the way, he was put on paid leave. He still collected $112,000. History teacher at Eleanor Roosevelt High School in Manhattan sent excessive late-night texts to 3 female students. On one occasion, he joked about one student having sex in front of the other two. Another teacher, Jorge Luna, made inappropriate comments on her Instagram even after being disciplined for his communication with her in 2020. Wow. He called Luna, the girl, on FaceTime at midnight to wish her a happy birthday. He commented on her breast and her sexy legs in a photo. He was on suspension. He also collected $111,000. Put your mask on, kids. Get the injection, or we're not going to let you into school. Stephen Perez would give his students cigarettes and oil for vaping. He once tried to kiss a student while driving her home. He was arrested in December of 2021, but the Brooklyn DA declined to prosecute. These are libtards, guys. You can't even believe this shit, right? This is in New York City. These are your kids. Public school. Department of Education, $89 billion a year. Ellen Hoon, a teacher of Civic Leadership Academy in Queens, exchanged more than 9,000 texts with a male student between 2022 and 2023. Now do the math on that. That's 30 texts a day, including hundreds after 9 p.m. and on weekends. Witnesses, including teachers, told investigators they saw the two hugging alone in a classroom with the door shut. The student refused to tell investigators about their conversations. That's a good dude. She got paid $80,000 for the year's work while on suspension. Dulani Almonte, 33, former French teacher at Harry S. Truman High School in the Bronx, allegedly sent 17-year-old female student shocking 28,000 late-night texts and another 1,900 with a male 12th grader. 28,000 texts with a teacher. Another guy, Scott, was accused of sexually abusing and grooming a female student when he was a music teacher. He sent the girl 700 messages and told her to save his number under a fake name. Natalie Black, 30, sent raunchy photos and videos of herself to a 17-year-old boy. I wonder what that means. Oh, videos of herself. Should we click this button? Videos of herself deep-throating a liquor bottle. Can you imagine being a 17-year-old boy and your teacher sent you a video of herself deep-throating a liquor bottle? I kind of want to click that. Danielle Medlin, 24, exchanged 5,500 very flirtatious sexual tension-filled texts with a boy in her 11th grade math class. This is the exchange with the student. The student said, hi. The teacher said, hey, babe, you okay? The student said, I'm still sick, no mask. How are you? He says, what the fuck, you whore? Keep your ugly distance. I think that teacher crossed the line. Oh, this is the one. This is the one that was deep throating the liquor bottle. At least that's what I picture in my mind. Where were these teachers when I was in school? I was praying for this. You're praying to the wrong God. Oh, Pat Lang says isolated incident. Don't worry. Isolated incident. Imagine the ones that didn't get caught. Natalie Black allegedly sent at least 15 raunchy snaps of herself from lingerie or nude to a 17-year-old student. Officials have insisted that stricter rules not needed because a disciplinary process is in place to punish misconduct. Our educators are trusted individuals in the lives of our students, and every teacher is always expected to behave appropriately. Isolated incident. Only 138 teachers were caught. I gotta go find that video of herself. Sorry, I gotta find this. I gotta click this. See what's going on here. Please have the video. Please have the video. Where's the video? Oh, no video. Damn. Pat Lang, what did he say? He's talking about another mass shooting, isolated incident. Just isolated incidents, Patty. My teacher used to send me nudes at night. I was homeschooled. It was really awkward at breakfast. I really missed you on yesterday's show. Were you on yesterday's show? Were you on yesterday's show, Jake? We needed you. Breaking news. Barbell Spin loses 60 Instagram followers after posting a beautiful photo of Haley Adams. Breaking news.
Fire stations are falling apart, and there are some that are even dangerous. Over the past few days, I've probably been to 20 firehouses, and what I've seen has been absolutely infuriating. It is impossible to get anything fixed. Most of the firemen I've talked to this week do the repairs at the stations themselves with their own money. I'm not exaggerating this. The very first firehouse I pulled up to, there were firemen in the back filling in a pothole with sand. If LAFD finds out you've made any of your own repairs, you're punished. I have talked to firemen that have to barter supplies with other stations to get the supplies that they need. At the next station, when I asked the fireman if I can come in and document the damage, he said, just take pictures of the outside of the building and you'll know what the inside is like. This fire station, its garage door has been broken for a year. They've begged and begged LAFD into fix it, who was punishing them for not having quick enough response times. And it got repaired this week only because the local community stepped in and fundraised money. There's stuff like this citywide, and LAFD is terrified you'll find out because they know you'll be pissed. The mold infestation at Los Angeles Fire Station 112 was so bad, it sent its fire chief to the hospital. He was on life support for 3 weeks. His leg turned black and they had to amputate his thumb. Mold is a huge problem. It isn't just one fire department, it's like 15 and very well documented. Going back to station 112, after complaints and complaints, I talked with a guy who self-financed his own mold test. When the inspector came, he told him it was the worst case of mold he'd seen in his life. Another fireman here refused to go into the kitchen because every time he did, his face would break out in hives. The firemen here were sleeping on the fireboat until their higher up told them they had to stop doing that because it looked bad. Why is this like this? There's multiple reasons, but the biggest is the union. An active fireman told me there's a lack of funding, goes nowhere bureaucracy, inaccessible chain of command, and mismanagement. So look, I'm not intimate with this union's policies, but if it's any indication, they might have the one flagpole I have seen in the city that's not flying at half-mast. Seems like they have a lot of respect. A fireman told me every fireman in the city are terrified to talk to you. This is actually the reason why firemen can't talk to media. As a fireman told me, it's their way of damage control. And anyone knows if they talk to media, they'll be fired. I've had a gut-wrenching week talking to people who have lost their houses every single day. And this is the first story where I've had someone in tears in front of me. I need to thank Watchdog LA for pointing me in the direction of these stories. Over the next few weeks, you're gonna see people behind podiums downtown being like, these are our city's heroes. And I just want you to know, the moment they step away from that podium, they're okay with their heroes being treated like dogs. LA fire stations.
I don't know if they are heroes, to be honest. And to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very curious who the firefighters are too nowadays. How much the woke shit is penetrated. I mean, we saw that. Unfortunately, we saw that firefighter say that, like, that fat. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but that fat firefighter say, it looked like a woman who was trying to be a man. Say, if someone's falling down and I can't lift them up, that's their problem. That shit was crazy. And that wasn't just your average everyday firefighter. That was she had some sort of senior position. Like, she was head of all of training for LA County Fire, and she made $400,000 a year. It's crazy. 1.4 billion LA County spends on homeless, and 800 million on the fire department, when half the fires are started by homeless people. Think how retarded the people are who run that city, or brilliant if their whole thought process is to take it down. If you want to take it down, they're doing everything perfect. Look up the teacher in Lee Summit, Montana. I need video. I want to see the video. Lee Summit, Montana. Boy, did you see there was a piece on a doctor in a small town in Montana who was killing people to make money. It's a crazy story. I saw yesterday. I wonder if I have the video of that. Lisa charged with child pornography. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. This is just crazy. Kansas City, Montana, Lee Summit, West Virginia high school teacher has been charged in federal court on charges related to child pornography. Seth Berman, 37, of Greenman, Montana, was charged in 2 counts of criminal complaint filed in the U.S. District of Kansas. Federal criminal complaint, Berman with 1 count of distributing child pornography over the internet. Officers, resident surveillance. Officers conducted a traffic stop and placed Berman under arrest. Officer seized his iPhone as well as computer tower that was in the trunk of his car. Well, that's weird. I'm sure it's a setup. Oh, my goodness. Facing federal child pornography charges. He had uploaded 11 videos containing child pornography via the Kick Messenger app. Received a cyber tip on September 8th that someone later identified as Brummond. What do people do? People just go to child pornography sites and watch them and then report? Like, can you imagine that being your hobby, watching that shit and then reporting people? I guess someone has to do it. I want to vomit. I don't think I could watch that without it ruining me. The district is cooperating. I mean, hey, here's the deal. If you're into that stuff, what better job than, like, being, you know, whatever you're into. If you're into boys, young men, join the military, the priesthood. If you're into kids, become a high school teacher, preschool teacher. I mean, it seems like those things would be magnets for those kind of people. Yeah, no way. I can't even hear about it. Yeah, exactly. It's disgusting. When I had, I remember when I had Kayla Harrison on, that's the professional fighter, and I read her book. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. The whole book is like about how she was molested from when she was 8 to when she was 16 by her judo instructor. And by the end of it, I remember looking at my wife and being like, God, I don't know. And they didn't have an audio book of that, so I had to sit down and read it. And I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm a better person after reading this. This fucking kind of broke me. I don't want to end up like Pat Lang and think everyone's a child molester. Sean Sullivan, the teacher in Montana, is a gay man, of course, and a huge LGBT mafia promoter in school. Of course. You have, it's a totally fair assumption that anyone who's behind the LGBTQ plus movement is a pedophile, a rapist, a pornographer. And even if it's like less than 1% of them, which it's not, but even if it is, it's a totally fair assessment to think that. You have a huge component of your life that's just all around sex. I mean, it's totally fair. It's like, I don't care what sex club you're in. I don't want you being a school teacher. I don't want, like, I want you to be like in the, like into like astronomy and shit. And like seagulls and, you know. Your haircut looks amazing. Thank you. I like your profile pic. What'd you say? Haley says you obviously can't see the side. Still saying Montana, it's Missouri, you dummy. Hey, dude. Joke's on you. There's only 2 states. California and New York. My wife's been away for 8 days. My bollocks feel like grapefruits. I understand. Oh, because I saw MO and I said Montana, Kansas City, Montana. At least I'm at Montana. Yeah, fine. All right. Point cool. God, I got so many good stories. I don't know where to start. Ben and Jerry's.
To ice cream. Not gonna lie, we get this one a lot.
Yeah, we're in the ice cream business, but we've always been about much more than just ice cream. We use our power, our privilege, our platform, and our relationship with our fans to advocate for progressive social change. So no, we're not just going to stick to ice cream.
And we're never going to stop trying to dismantle white supremacy and the climate crisis or fight for our democracy.
Oh, I got to play that again. You have to see this. God, I feel so sorry.
Yeah, we're in the ice cream business, but
I do feel sorry for black people.
Always been about much more than just ice cream.
Why does this guy look like he uses semen as a face conditioner?
We use our power, our privilege, our platform, and our relationship with our fans to advocate for progressive social change. So no, we're not just going to stick to ice cream.
And we're never.
Look what they do. The perverts have just drug the black community into their agenda. Look at that. It's like a black guy woman thing with an afro that's got the Native American earrings and the gay flag, and it's like, dude, just leave the blacks alone, dude. They don't want anything to do with that shit. They already got Diddy. Leave them alone. They're like, come on, be with us. Come on, we can use your victimhood. Let's tether all of our victimhood together.
We're going to stop trying to dismantle white supremacy and the climate crisis or fight for our democracy.
And no, we're not going to stop fighting laws that restrict trans rights, ban books, and roll back abortion protections.
We're going to allow books of child pornography in elementary schools, and baby killing is our #1 priority. And we put a dollop of semen, AIDS-infested semen, in every pint of ice cream.
Caring about that stuff, doing something about it, and supporting communities who've been directly impacted by it is part of our DNA, and it has been since we opened up our first scoop shop in Burlington, Vermont back in 1978.
Ben and Jerry were 2 best friends who love making ice cream. But for them, the only reason to be in business was to do business differently.
Whether we're working with activists in St. Louis to close a racist and inhumane jail.
A racist or inhumane jail. That's one of the things they got closed.
Or working to restore the right to vote for people who were formerly incarcerated in Florida.
or letting felons vote,
or turning up a delicious new flavor in support of refugee rights in the UK,
or making ice cream that gives people diabetes in order to protect Pakistani child rape gangs in the United Kingdom. I'm translating for you guys.
being an activist company is who we are.
And we know our fans wouldn't want it any other way. Because while we love making the best possible ice cream in the best possible way, the world needs more than just great ice cream.
We don't pretend to always know the answers, but we
That chick's, by the way, 80 pounds. What is she? What is that? 212-pound lady preaching to us
partner with and take the
about what doing the right thing.
lead from activists and allies who do. And we hope you'll join us in taking action to support them. That's just who we are and who we've been for 45 years. And that's why we'll never stick to ice cream. Not gonna lie.
That's why we'll never stick to ice cream. That's a great loop. They fucked that up. Pat Lang, there's nobody, and I mean nobody, more triggered than crazy woke people than Sebi. Nobody more than you. Nobody. Sevak Vartanyan. Until people realize that the world is run by sexual deviants and pedophiles, they won't change. They won't change. Trump gets it. Yeah, and all you people out there who are like worried about the billions being spent on mRNA vaccines and AI and all that stuff, I'm not worried about any of that. Who cares? All we want is freedom of speech. Let them do their thing. We're not getting rid of the idiots and the scumbags. We're not getting rid of them. That's not our point. That's what they think. They think we're going to get rid of them. They don't get to we're not getting rid of them. They're our brothers and sisters. All you Bible thumpers out there, those are God's children. We're not getting rid of them. They just don't get to steer the ship anymore. They don't get to lie to us. They don't get to call it gender affirming care, chopping off the penis of kids. They don't get to call it abortion anymore. It's killing babies in the womb. That's it. They don't get to dictate the brainwash machine. Listen, and those of you out there who keep saying, well, that's a CIA op to brainwash, and this is to brainwash, and this is brainwash. We're all brainwashed. We're made to be brainwashed. You try to meditate a little bit every day so you can point your fucking brainwash. You get to control where your brainwash machine gets its information, but you're all brainwashed. We're all brainwashed. Trump does not suck. I like Trump. I like Trump. I like Haley Adams' photo, and I like the spin. I like getting triggered. I like getting triggered. I like getting triggered. Except for Pat Lang. Oh, we're not all brainwashed. Dude. Pat, you were brainwashed with the English language and the alphabet. You were brainwashed into viewing the world through words. You're brainwashed. What do you mean? We're all brainwashed. It's not a if you're lucky, you get to choose what brainwashes you. You may have moments of clarity throughout the day. You're the worst of the brainwashed. You use words like triggered. You use the vernacular of the woke. Oh, please. You're mistaking brainwashed and educated. You choose to believe that the earth is round. So tired of my algorithm giving me fucking fake NASA videos. I don't want to see anymore. They're trying to brainwash me, my algo. Okay, fine, Marxist. You're a Marxist. How about that? The word woke is just as bad as the word triggered. Fine, Marxist. No, you know what's cool about the word woke is that we took it from them. They had it as a positive thing and we took it from them. That part's awesome. Like they were so proud to be woke. We took it from them. Clock. Pat resorts to mindless progressive rhetoric on the daily and then tells us he's independent and can think for himself. Corey Leonard, I like wash brain much better than a musty one. Brain wash brain. Wash brain. I want to change the name of Ben & Jerry's to Cuck Ice Cream. Ice cream. You scream. We all scream. Jake Chapman. UK doctors told to ask men if they are pregnant. Radiology technicians in some of UK hospitals have been told to ask men if they are pregnant before conducting scans. The new guidelines were issued following an incident where a pregnant woman who presented as a man underwent a CT scan. The guidelines instruct radiology operators to ask all patients between the age of 12 and 55 if they are pregnant before proceeding with the scans. They also include admonitions to staff to be sensitive to transgender, non-binary, and intersex patients. Patients are also required to fill out new forms asking their gender at birth and their preferred pronouns. Hey, are you guys like me? As soon as you see these words, like as soon as the non-binary, intersex, you just kind of like blank out. Like I don't even know what those. I have no idea what those mean. However, the radiographers have described incidents in which the new protocols made some men so angry they stormed out of the appointments without getting their scans done. That's how I feel when I go to the doctor and he's like, "Do you work out? Do you exercise?" I get so pissed I want to walk out. I'm like, "Fuck you. Of course I exercise. Look at me. Fucking standing naked in front of you, dipshit." Women, too, have some strong reactions, with some crying because of the invasive fertility questions on the forms that they asked them to explain why they could not be pregnant, forcing some to recall miscarriages or other incidents that have left them infertile. Previously, it was enough for women simply to state they were not pregnant. Yo, bitch, you're fat. Are you pregnant? Hey, what if Spin would have wrote that in the picture? Is Haley pregnant? What if he would have what if he wrote that? Oh, Spin, post another picture. Post a picture of Ariel and ask, is Ariel pregnant? Let's see how that goes. Pat, who are we supposed to worry about? Here. I'm so confused. Excuse me, Mr. Vindicate. Are you pregnant? Oh, by the way, Travis, thanks for sending me those. Thanks for sending me those photos of Colton working out in Iowa. That was cool. That was really cool. I was so excited about that. That was really cool. The Sevon podcast. Hey, we might have a sponsor on the line for a year. I shouldn't even say this because I'd say it's 50-50. But we might have a sponsor on the line for a year for Kill Taylor at $2,000 a show, which is just crazy. And I don't know what we're going to do because we're in this week is week 38 and Taylor said he just wants to go a year. I don't know what we're going to do if we get over. I mean, can you imagine what if Taylor does a year and then he's like, "Hey, I'm not going to do it anymore." Guess who I would pick? I'll give you one guess who I would ask to do it. I don't know. It's a big ask. I don't know how I would do it. But the thing is, dude, Chris, it's a crazy ask, dude. It's because we don't pay Taylor shit. It's a crazy ask. I don't know if he's stopping at a year, but I know he had a goal for a year. And I don't know what happens to the show if Taylor stops out. Yeah, Colton. That would be the only other person who could possibly do it. I don't think that there's another human besides Taylor and Colton. I don't think James can do it. James has some I love James. He's the champ. But like he's being pulled in a lot of different directions. And James is a little bit. James got some giraffe shit going on. You got to be careful with him. Break him, snap a leg or something. James is. I have a feeling James is like a more delicate than Colton and Taylor. Yeah, James ain't doing it. Ask Kaylee Adams to do it. What if we got a girl to do it? God, what girl would you use? Are there any girls who are like really fit and also just completely geeked out on programming? Oh, James is not gay. That's a crazy take. Listen, don't suggest stupid people because I don't want to have to rip on anyone. Oh, Tia would be amazing if she did it. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah, like don't be stupid, Vittorio. Like listen. Oh, you guys are just coming up with just dumb fucking suggestions. I'm sorry. I don't think you guys understand how hard it is what Taylor does. It's horrible. Oh, Meredith Root and Alex Parker and do a team. Oh, Jesus criminy. Oh, Cole, Cole says, I totally agree. James for sure sucks dudes off occasionally. You guys are out of your mind, dude. Listen, when I see James, I see a 14 to 16-year-old boy just full of cum to his eyeballs. He's just completely in love with this chick. She knows how to handle him. He found that one girl that can jerk you off better than you can jerk yourself off. Yeah, no, listen, Tudor cannot. Slater, come on, dude. Tudor can barely make it to a competition every Saturday. Imagine how psychologically tough you have to be. Yeah, I'm nervous. I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, watch this video. This is Colton thrusting 275. 1, 2, 3. Crazy. Such a stud. Look at that's a great photo over the American flag. Then you got Ellen Smith in the CEO shirt. Woo-hoo. We got to get her some Paper Street coffee. Some free Paper Street coffee for Ellen. Nice legs. Colton on the podium. Ellen on the podium. You know what champions wear. Ellen might even be wearing Born Primitives. Ellen won the women's RX division. Yeah, thanks for sending me these, dude. This is cool. Yeah, look at week 37. Jeez. Next week's $2,000. Let me know if anyone wants to sponsor it. That's going to be another big show. Crazy show. Look at my cute little cameras. Do you see a box of microphones somewhere? Over there? By the toaster? Is there a box of microphones? See my wallet? Is there like a little square box there? You don't see a little gray rectangle with like a lid on it? No, all right. I don't know where it is. I wanted to show them something. No, the cameras are here. Something I've been wanting to show on the show for a long time. Is that Matuthian back there? That's an extra tub of Matuthian? I should have that like that too. Matusian. There we go. There. All my grifting shit. There's a box behind you, right? No, not that. Not that. Wow, boys. I appreciate you not eating all my holy balls. You guys left one in there for me. Oh. You got, what do you mean? You guys have been eating holy balls forever. Anyway, you're not going to like this flavor anyway. This is the coffee. You don't care? You like it anyway? All right, fine. Cheers. Who gets the most gifts out of you guys? What'd you do to your hair? Who gets the second most? Who's it? No, I'm giving that one to Ari. No, you got Ari.
What?
He doesn't have responsibilities? Do you wipe your butt every time you take... Wait, hold on. Do you wipe your butt every time you take a poop?
Yeah.
You brush your teeth before you go to bed?
Yeah.
You brush them in the morning? You brush them in the middle of the day? Oh. Do you soap your butt in the shower? Seems responsible to me. He cut my hair. Oh, yeah, he cuts hair. Do you cut hair? That's good. That bald spot on me. Yeah, getting boys to do that stuff is way harder than I realized. Yeah. Shit. You don't have time for that shit when you're a little kid. Jason, do you think you should be allowed to have a nuclear... All right. We did. Huh? Yeah? You brush your teeth and now you're eating eggs and the eggs don't taste right. You got to change your sequencing. Maybe you should eat eggs and then brush your teeth. I survived October 7th and then I detransitioned. Survivor of the October 7th attacks recounted her personal journey with gender identity, which shifted dramatically during the crisis. Listen very carefully to this, Pat. Listen very, very carefully to this.
Survived October 7th, and then I detransitioned. As a little kid, I was very interested in exploring niche medical topics. And when I was 12, just the idea of would it be possible for a woman to become a man? This question just entered my mind. You know, I ended up going really deep, just obsessing. And I found myself pretty quickly in the land of pop culture, trans influencers. You know, by the time I was 19, my parents had realized that my transgender identity was not going anywhere. They basically told me, like, you need to study abroad for a year in a non-Western country that doesn't promote all of this stuff. But on October 7th, I woke up to a siren at 8 in the morning and then multiple rockets. I just didn't have time to put my breast binder on. I just had to layer on a bunch of shirts. I just had to run for it. I just had to run to a bomb shelter. As I was running, that everything I had thought about myself was wrong. I realized, like, I had to feel my body moved unconstrained by the breast binder. And it was in those moments that I realized that there's nothing wrong with my body. My body is not a pathology. You know, transgenderism and gender dysphoria, really, this is fundamentally a first world problem. I survived October 7th.
You get it, Patty? And by the way, it didn't just pop into your mind wondering whether a girl could be a boy or be a girl. You were brainwashed, educated, a little piece of information. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's it. That's every single tranny. That's all of them. You need to be chased by fucking some Hamas trying to kill you, and you need to be continually chased by them until you're cured of your trannyism. It's that easy. You know that's true too, right, Pat? What happens is the hierarchy of your existence. The only thing that doesn't get cured by that is drug use, because people will die for drugs. But all the other issues go away. You just need to scare the fucking bejesus out of someone, and their shit like realigns, and it realigns. That's it. It's the cure for everything, except for drug addicts. And there are some nuances around parenting where you would sacrifice your life for your kids. But other than that, that one probably you can't cure. And religious fanatics. Fair enough. Throw anything in there. Get a big fat realignment. I haven't seen this, but I wanted to play this. And then I'm out. Let's enjoy this together. Something fresh that none of us have seen.
Fight to keep the JFK files secret?
Because I was trying to keep Americans safe. And by the way, don't paint with too broad a brush. 99.6% of the JFK files are public today.
But it was 60 years ago.
John, not everything was 60 years ago. And I don't want to spend a lot of time walking through this, but suffice it to say, the definition of a document covered by this statute that you're referring to, it's a little bit wonky, but suffice it to say, if Congress holds a hearing tomorrow on the Kennedy assassination, the documents generated tomorrow will be part of those files.
What's interesting is Mike Pompeo says the exact same thing Gavin Newsom said in California. They didn't want to release the truth about COVID because they didn't think they wanted to protect Americans. They wanted to protect Californians because they thought we were too stupid to handle the truth. And now this fucktard Republican is saying the same thing.
Those would be tomorrow. They'd be 60 seconds old, not 60 years old. And last thing I'll say is there are things that happened 60 years ago that are still important to keep in the vault. There are lots of things that happened that long ago that still are appropriate not to release. Think of names and addresses and families.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's such bullshit. Like what is like what do we care? What do you mean? It's not protecting me. What are you talking about?
And by the way, there's also no value in them. These don't hold the dark secrets that everybody wants to just hold up as the bogeyman. I saw the UFO files too. We've got bigger problems. North America, lots of bigger problems. Just because something is kept secret, why not go to the darkest corners? But it's a lot of fun. I'm happy to go there with you if you'd like.
No, you just said you wouldn't.
I'm no expert in this, but it just makes no sense to me. The 60 years ago that there are things in there you
sure.
Like
sure.
Hypothetically, just for example.
Imagine you had an operative operating somewhere in the world who was 20 years old at the time they were doing that work. 60 years ago puts them at 80 today. Average lifespan of an American male, something in that range. Yeah, you should keep their identity secret.
No, you should not. No, you should not. No, you should not. Or you should let us decide.
But this was the Kennedy assassination in America.
Right.
Brianna has a new profile. All right. Here we go.
Exactly. Precisely right. Remember what the scope of these files is, John. The scope of these files isn't reduced to just what was happening inside the United States government. The scope of these files is legion. Anything that was talked about in the course of, there were hearings in the 90s, there were hearings in the 2000s, they ran far afield around the world. Anything that was part of those files is included in this. And so I had a chance to see not all of those documents, but most of them. The news value of them is grossly overrated, and the desire to keep them secret, the motivation, the rationale for keeping them secret is wholly justified. I think we released, I can't remember on our watch, 140,000, 180,000 pages of those documents while I was the CI director. Totally appropriate to do so. And as time goes on, we should do our best. The most important reason to do it is because everybody out there talking about these things will get to see that there's less there than meets the eye. I'll leave it at that.
Why'd you fight to keep the JFK files secret?
Jesus criminy. Pointless. I'm hearing all these people now talk about how they really do believe that JFK thinks that chronic disease is the big problem in the US and the world. And yet they're celebrating. They're so sniffing up the wrong tree, and yet they're celebrating fucking making red dye 3001 illegal. It's like, dude, you're so far off the path. You're so far off the path. There's no amount of not eating red dye number 1 is going to make even a dent in the world, in the world's health. We need someone just to get up there and be like, listen up. Stop eating sugar and exercise, you fat motherfuckers. I present to you Greg Glassman. That's it. Red dye number 1. Vaccine. It's all just fucking crazy talk. Be thankful as you walk out through today that we're all CrossFitters, that we all know. Don't get caught up in the dumb shit. Get a new filter for your Berkey and work out. Love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Hopefully I can do 2 more shows today. I want to do a recap of Wadapalooza with Andrew Hiller and the Binge Bros. Tonight, Dexter episode 7. What's it called? Revisited? It's the young kid Dexter one. No, we don't need, I don't care who fucking delivers the message, Pat. Present someone else other than Greg. He looks kind of soft. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just start just telling the truth. I just don't, original sin. Thank you. Just start telling the truth. Don't eat sugar. Stop putting cream in your fucking coffee. Start your day with a steak or eggs. Don't eat past 6. Make sure you exercise. Throw your fucking Apple Watch away and your counters and all that shit. I'm going to the beach. We're all fucked. Not me. I'm a bad dude. Play the Tyson video. You don't want to save it till tomorrow? Where is it? It better be good. I'm looking. It's from you, Jake, in my DMs. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's not even here. Nothing wrong.
When I opened my gym, I knew I was going to be training with the boys all the time. I was going to get jacked and just be lifting 24/7. Let me show you how it's really going.
Tobias, the toilet's clogged.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Tobias. Somebody needs help with their membership.
Oh, okay.
Thanks. Hey, Tobias.
Yeah. What's up?
I know I don't have my strict pull-up yet, but can you help me get a bar muscle up?
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Okay, it's 9 p.m. So if I get home, shower, eat, I can be in bed by 11 and then be back here at 4:15 a.m. Let's go. This is the 4th time today that I've had to clean shit off the toilet. You guys have to get a different pre-workout. I knew owning a gym, I'd get to buy all the cool equipment I want. Check out this awesome $700 table. Another person asking for a refund 3 weeks after their draft has come out. You know the cancellation policy, John. Oh, Carrie, 5 minutes late but had time for Starbucks again, huh? Thanks, Carrie.
Sorry, I had to take a phone call. Where were we? I can't find the video. Is it my request? Maybe it's my request. Just a bunch of porn in there. Hello, your engagement is critical. I don't see it, dude. Did you send it? What did Jake say? Did he send it? He said iMessage. iMessage. No. Oh, someone did send me a cool. Oh, maybe I'll post that. Who sent me that? Someone did send me a cool. Who sent me that? Oh, that's awesome. Is that the thumbnail for today's show? Oh, dude, I can't play that. That's a I need someone else to play that. Let me see.
For the first time, what type of legacy would you like to leave behind when it's all said and done?
Well, I don't know. I don't believe in the word legacy. I think that's another word for ego. That's just some word everybody grabbed onto. Now it's used every 5 seconds. It means absolutely nothing to me. I'm just passing through. I'm going to die, and it's going to be over. Forget about legacy after that. With a big ego, so I'm going to die. I want people to think that I'm this, I'm great. No, we're nothing. We're dead. We're dust. We're absolutely nothing. Our legacy is nothing.
Bingo. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's great. Yep, that's how I feel. Anytime I hear, I humbly accept this award, or I'm concerned about my legacy, it's like, I just tune out. You're a jackass. You're a brainwashed jackass. Yeah, that's good. Thank you for sending that to me. That's good. Maybe I'll play that again sometime. Someone just sent me. I'm about to make an Instagram post. This maybe this should become a bit on the show. Where's my Oh, that's for the thumbnail. Oh no. All right. Thank you. My thumbnail guy Brad just sent me this. This is good. Here we go. Oh, I should make this a reel with UFO music. Post. Reel. What do? I go to music on Instagram. Oh shit. I go to music and I just type in UFO. Oh, that's good. The X-Files theme, right? Oh, what's this? Little remix.
Someone please explain to me what's happening here.
Oh, that's better. Twilight Zone. Going with it. What did Spin write? What did Spin write in the photo? What did he write? What did he write? spin. He wrote, what do you notice in this photo? Oh yeah. What do you notice in this photo? Oh, and I should credit the guy who took it. At John. Shoot. At John Shoot It. Shoot Sit, the handicap photographer. What do you notice in this photo? Oh, and then I got to do a little emoji, camera emoji. How come I can't spell camera? Oh, there we go. All right. Thank you for doing the post with me.
It seems that Travis had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder going into this weekend.
Happened to tag all three of us and say that we were washed up and didn't stand a chance up here. Top of the podium speaks for itself. So how about that?
Well, I would tell you who won the female side, but the live stream got cut off before they announced the winner or the points, and the leaderboard is not updated with the final scores.
Oh, shit. Did that really happen?
All night long and wait for them to get their together. We're just going to assume, based off of some math that JY did on the barbell spin, that Team Yeti Outcasts has won.
Yeti's in, and that's the end of the time to be.
Hey, listen, dear Travis Mayer, love you, buddy. But once you're on team and you're not doing individual, you are washed up. Like, so what team competition is for athletes that don't do individual, it's they're the washed up. Like team competitions like the PFL. You're a UFC fighter and then you go to or bare knuckle fighting. You're washed up and then you move. So like you and Chandler and Noah are at the very top of the heap of the washed up dudes, but you're still washed up. I mean, according to your logic, like shit, I don't know. Maybe you'll make it to the games this year and do great. But I'm just saying you can't use winning a team competition at Wadapalooza as not being washed up. Bare knuckle is my favorite. Yeah, some people like team comp too. See you guys later. Every time Sevi says I love you, I get scared that he's going to say something that permanently alters his relationship with that person. Yeah, that's fair. It's probably done. Someone said to me a couple days ago, like, they go, I can't remember exactly how they said it, but I'm paraphrasing, but they basically said, hey, so are you worried about the game season coming up this year? I go, what do you mean? They go, just the interviews with the athletes. I'm like, no, I don't understand what you mean. And she's like, just with like all the bridges, like just with the stuff you say. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, just like how you talk about Pat Vellner. No. I am not worried. Love you guys. Bye-bye.